Hello everyone, it's Sonia McDonald here, and I'm the CEO and founder of LeadershipHQ and the Outstanding Leadership Awards. Happy New Year, 2024, and wow, last few years, and I think have been really challenging for many of us, and I know this year is all about hope. And I wanted to jump on today and have a conversation around, does leadership need a makeover? It's really interesting because I'll tell you a story. I'm currently researching for my new book around great leadership, and particularly this is a book that I would give my younger self. If I could go back in time and say something to my younger self, one of the things I'd say, and there's a couple of things I'd say, but one of the things I'd say to her is to start learning leadership now. If I had learned leadership in my teenage years or in my early 20s, I think my life would be very different. And even though I have got an amazing life and I'm really grateful for it, and I get to do so many amazing things, and even today I get to build and create amazing leaders and future leaders, I would love to say that to my younger self. So this is why I'm writing this book and researching this book. And it came to light a few years ago when my daughter came home, and she was a teenager, and she said to me that she was quite disillusioned about this whole leadership world that obviously is part of, who I am and what we do. And she said to me, on social media, she's seeing so much negativity, so many not so great role models when it comes to leadership. And I get that, right? Because I didn't grow up with social media. And I don't know how, Generation Z and Y and all the future generations, I have so much compassion and awe for you. I think you are absolute trailblazers. And I didn't grow up with social media. So the role models I was seeing when it came to leadership were my teachers or my friends or my parents, and definitely watching the news and things like that. But now that I'm writing my book and researching my book around leadership that I would give and say to my younger self, I'm really lucky that I get to read and experience so many great leaders, and not so many, and some not so great leaders, right? But the role models that I'm seeing and researching, reading about, they make my heart sing. And these leaders are people that didn't set out to say, hey, here I am, I'm a leader. And these were people that wanted to be of service. These were people that wanted to be trailblazers, that they wanted to make a difference, that they wanted to stand up for something. They had a vision and a mission. So when I heard my daughter saying this, and when I started talking to all these future generations about leadership, I could see that they were seeing leadership in a different light. They were seeing the not so great aspects of leadership because of the influence of social media. So I am on a mission. We're on a mission at Leadership HQ to change the game, to change the face of leadership and leaders, and make as many people as outstanding and great as we possibly can, because we are a great believer that great leaders make great humans. And I think for our generations of today and tomorrow, there's a couple of elements around leadership that I think needs a makeover, and there's 3 elements of it. And I have a newsletter, subscribe to it on LinkedIn called, and also we've got one on my websites as well called The Leadership Crusader. And I published an article this week on the leadership triangle around the 3 elements I think that really need a makeover and we need to focus on: character, service, and wisdom. If I could go back to my younger self, and if you really want to embrace and be the change you want to see around leadership, if you want to be a trailblazer in leadership, I want you to see and embrace who you are as a leader. That self-awareness is really a key. And own who you are, right? Don't compare yourself to others. Own who you are as a leader. Get to understand your values as a leader. Get to understand who you are, your preferences, your strengths as a leader. I think that's so important, and also think about your habits. I'm a big one around habits. So your character is determined by your habits. One of my favorite books I read last year, and there's plenty that I can recommend, Atomic Habits by James Clear. I would absolutely suggest reading that. Legacy is a great book by James Kerr, and he talks about values. I'm a big one around values, and I think that a lot of the leaders that we work with today, and this is what needs a makeover, is that they don't understand their values, and also that they see leadership as a role or title. It's not a role or title. It's an attitude and a choice. Is values, is get to understand your values, know what your values are. One of my favorite quotes from Legacy talks about that your values determine your character, and the value of who you are is your character. So I want you to really embrace your character and get to know who you are and stay true to who you are. Like, that is kind of the foundation of leadership. So if you really want to be a great leader and really want to kind of showcase and be a trailblazer in leadership, focus on character. Next one is service. Leadership is about others. Leadership is about lifting others to do more, learn more, and inspire them to achieve more, right? And be more. It's about how we can be of service to others. And it's really interesting, right? Another one of my favorite quotes is, people don't remember, Maya Angelou, she said this great quote around, people don't remember what you did or say. People remember how you made them feel. And it is about being of service. It's about everyday connection, everyday recognizing, helping, appreciating, supporting each other, lifting each other up. I see way too much tall poppy syndrome and pulling people down. And you know what? We need to be celebrating and we need to be lifting each other up. And I think that was one of the reasons why I have these we launched these amazing leadership awards in 2019, because we wanted a platform to lift others up. We wanted a platform where we could showcase and celebrate and recognize and be of service to other great teams and leaders and organizations, and showcase the impact and difference they're making. I think that's so important, that we're lifting each other up. That is the essence of leadership and connection, is really lifting each other up. So please nominate in these awards, because they are amazing. Finally, it's wisdom. So character, self-awareness, definitely emotional intelligence, understanding who you are, what you stand for, your principles, your beliefs, your values. Definitely service, how you can make an impact to others, how you can serve others, how you can help others be more, do more, learn more, and achieve more. And finally, it's wisdom. I love Stoicism. I love philosophy. I love Ryan Holiday's work. And again, that's what I'm incorporating in my new book around leadership for my younger self, is wisdom. Never stop learning, never stop having a growth mindset. To learn from failings, to admit when you fail, to be vulnerable. I think wisdom is the greatest gift you can give yourself in leadership. And I think that's what needs a makeover, is the fact that we need to be supporting others to keep learning and to be helping them learn as well, sharing our wisdom, sharing our knowledge, being of service, staying true to ourselves. Finally, there's a couple of other things I want to mention that I think are really important this year for leadership, and what does absolutely need a makeover. I remember when we launched our leadership awards in 2019, and these was something that we'd been working on for years and years and years, right? And I was so excited. And then COVID hit, and I can tell you now, it was a shit show. I was trying to launch an event, and a vision and a mission around leadership was really challenging, but we stayed true to our values around courage and kindness. And I remember I was speaking to hundreds and hundreds of people about the awards. So many people got it, but there were so many people that didn't get it. Like, they would look at me and go, hang on a second, you know, here we are championing these awards, and we're out there running leadership programs, and we're doing coaching for hundreds of leaders and hundreds of companies, right? We've been doing this now for nearly 20 years. And, you know, and I'm all about courage, and I'm all about compassion and leadership and being curious, and there's so many elements to leadership that we teach and we champion in this space, in particular kindness. And I remember 2019, so many people had said to me, I just don't get it. Like, you've got this you're on this mission in your leadership programs and your awards around kindness and compassion and empathy. And they'd say to me, I just don't get the whole kindness thing when it comes to leadership. And I'd look at people and go, I don't understand why you don't understand the importance of kindness as leaders, like the power of kindness. Kindness is a superpower. And then COVID hit. And then we were out there championing these awards. And then people had said to us after, during COVID, and they'd said to us, we get it now. Like, I don't know why it took a pandemic for people to realize kindness, but if we are kinder to one another, and if we do things with kindness, and if we do things that we want to make sure that we're doing the best for others, and we're kinder to ourselves and kinder to others, and we understand we're all humans and we're all trying to do the best we can, imagine a world like that. Imagine leaders like that. Like, I've been researching living and breathing this space for 20 years. I can tell you the greatest leaders, and there's so many that I can talk about, and a lot of them we've worked with and coached. A lot of them are involved in our awards. They're kind, like they're genuinely kind, authentic, giving leaders, and that's what makes a difference. And they're the ones that I know are CEOs of great organizations, great places to work. Like, I know I work and I connect with these leaders. The leaders that are failing us are the leaders that are unkind, that are ego driven, that are self-serving, that are about them, that use the word, I did this and I did that, and that they're not about serving others, that they're not self-aware. They're not open to growth mindset. The amount of leaders that I work with that go, hey, I don't need to learn anything else about leadership because I'm already a great leader. I don't need to keep learning, and I don't need to have self-awareness, and they're not willing to put the mirror up, and they don't care about others. They even say to me, I don't really like people like these are not leaders. Leaders that are self-aware, that really want to serve others, that want to keep having a growth mindset, they are the greatest leaders. And that's where leadership needs a mindset. We need more leaders that do focus on being their best selves and self-aware, that do want to have that wisdom and want to share that wisdom, and they want to keep learning and growing, and they want to be vulnerable. We want those leaders that love to help and serve others, right? They're the greatest leaders. If you know those leaders, if you want to be one of those leaders, please contact us at LeadershipHQ. Please nominate on our Outstanding Leadership Awards, because we need more role models for our future generations. We need you for my daughter and your children. We need role models. The only way we are going to change the face of leadership, I believe, is if we see ourselves as leaders. If we see that great leaders make great humans and great humans make great leaders, that's the only way we're going to change the face of leadership. This is what needs a makeover. It starts with us, right? It starts with us. It starts with how you can embrace the world of leadership in a sense of making a difference, making an impact. I think about my legacy all the time. What's the legacy I want to leave behind? And the legacy I want to leave behind is that I made a difference to others and how they believed, how they saw themselves and how they believed in themselves. And, I want to change that face of leadership, and it takes a tribe. It takes all of you out there. I can't do it alone. We can't do it alone. So that's why I'm asking for help. I'm asking for you to step up, step in, have the courage to lead, start learning leadership now. Start with understanding who you are as a leader, as a human, and embracing that. Serve others. Make sure that when you're going and buying a cup of coffee, or you're at Coles, or you're actually connecting with the person and saying, how are you today? And really caring about everyday connection. And that you are celebrating others. You're lifting others up, not only yourself. Like, I want you to lift each other up, everyone up. Like, let's do that. Let's lift each other up. Let's support each other. Let's be kinder to each other. So please nominate in our Outstanding Leadership Awards. We've only got 2 to 3 weeks left to nominate. We need more great role models. for our future generations, our generations today, of tomorrow. And it starts when I get the whole humility thing, because I think humility is such a great attribute. However, it's, you know what, if you want to leave a legacy, sometimes we need to have a voice and we need to stand out. So if you want to change the face of leadership and you want to have give leadership a makeover, let's start with you. Everyone watching this today, it starts with you, and it starts with us, and we want to help you. So anything we can do to help you, whether it's running a leadership program, whether it's if you want to engage me to speak at one of your events or workshops, if you want to grab one of our books, if you want to grab one of my books, reach out to me right here. I will send you one for free. If you write a comment here, I will send you one of my books for free on leadership. If you want to nominate our awards, you say, hey, I'm going to nominate these great awards, because we need globally to be connected and showcase and lift each other up more than ever before. Okay, we need more leadership more than we have ever before around the world. And it can start with us. It can start with the ripple effect that we can all make together to create more leaders and be that leader, be those leaders that we wish we had when we were younger, right? So if there's anything you want to add to today's live, if you'd love a book, if you'd love to nominate, comment, and I'll send you a book. I will be out there. We will be out there lifting you up because we are so passionate about creating and helping and serving as many of you as we can to see your inner greatness and see that in leadership, and how you can make a difference and how together we can make a difference. So thank you for listening to my live today around, do we need a makeover? Yeah, I think we do. I do think we need a makeover. I see and I hear lots of people being quite disillusioned about the world and the face of leadership. I'm not, because we're being trailblazers. We're slaying it in this space, and we will continue to slay this space, and we will be so committed and passionate about celebrating and championing and recognizing great leaders and teams and organizations and helping build them, because we see them, we know them. We just need to get you out there. So thank you for listening today. And remember to always stay kind and courageous. And if there's anything we can do to serve and help you, please reach out to LeadershipHQ. Check out at standingleadershipawards.com.au, leadershiphq.com.au, or if you're interested in me speaking at your next conference and event, or if you want to grab one of my books, soniamcdonald.com.au. And again, please stay safe and Happy New Year. And thank you again, with kindness and courage.